talking about?
Though the dimensional rift in the Pacific Ocean was closed 10 years ago, the kaiju managed to return to Earth, demanding the mobilization of Jaegers to combat them. I know that's a little vague, but it gets into spoiler territory if I explain it any further. The good. This movie has a diverse range of good performers. Its leads, John Boyega and Kaylee Spaney, are fun to follow, and the younger supporting actors show lots of promise. Kaiju is a Japanese word meaning strange beast, which is often taken to mean monster. For the sake of categorization, the monsters are given the designation precursors. That's not too noteworthy, but I like it when movies address small details like this. The iffy. The story caught me off guard a few times, including one major WTF moment. A moment that actually did have some small relevance to the main plot. These unexpected turns make sense for the story we're given, and I enjoyed being taken by surprise. However, fans of certain characters from the first movie might be disappointed with the course they take. I count myself among those, at least a little bit. Once again, it's a movie where giant robots fight giant monsters, which is still pretty fun. The Jaeger designs and their weapons all bring about some solid action moments. But the action in the first film felt so right because the Jaegers and the kaiju felt heavily weighted, making every step, every hit, feel more intense. In Uprising, they're a bit faster and move more smoothly. As a result, the world around them feels more fragile as opposed to the monsters and Jaegers feeling more powerful. You could make the argument, it's 10 years later, Jaeger technology's probably just upgraded. Yeah, okay. What about the kaiju, though? The bad. This movie is crowded with perhaps a few too many characters. The main focus was on the two leads, but time was also divided between many supporting and minor characters to the point that potential for development was reduced for everyone. The result is that several of the characters in this movie are merely decent, instead of the movie narrowing its focus to fewer characters and making them really good. This movie spends time reintroducing the audience to the world it takes place in. Sometimes sequels have to do that. No big deal, right? But the first act of the movie echoes key moments and story beats from the first movie, often with the exact same emotional intent. Though as it goes on, the echoes lessen and things that allow you to differentiate the two movies do start to emerge. Some repetition is fine. It does need to stay congruous with its established material, but a chunk of it felt too similar to the first movie, and that felt like lazy writing. The verdict? Based on the trailers, I did not expect to enjoy the first Pacific Rim as much as I did. I thought it was going to be the most basic kind of movie it could be. But Guillermo del Toro really showed a love for the genre, and made good use of the characters and concepts that he created for the purpose of making that movie. With Uprising, Del Toro didn't end up directing, and new creative talent built off his foundation. And unfortunately, it tilted this movie towards being the kind of basic movie that I thought the first movie was going to be. Even so, its characters and its action make this a pretty fun ride. This is Detective Steve, and if this movie gets a sequel, I hope Del Toro comes back, and I hope it doesn't take another 5 years to happen.